Hello everyone, I'm Laurel Marie Hickey. Welcome to What's Blank Got to Do With It? Our What's Blank topic today is what's the FIRE movement got to do with it? The rise of financial independence and the FIRE movement is a trending topic in wealth management. Financial independence is always a hot topic, but the FIRE movement, financial independence, retire early, is sort of a new trending topic. It represents a shift in how people are thinking, the longevity of their careers, and long-term wealth building. So understanding the FIRE movement, it is achieving financial independence early on in life, but you really have to do some work to get there. Retiring early before their traditional retirement age. It requires disciplined savings, strategic investment. You need to have a plan to get you from point A to point B. The key principle of the FIRE movement is to save 50 to 70% of your income now. So instead of the traditional saving 10 to 20% towards your goals, dreams, and desires, you are saving 50 to 70% now. So it really does require a frugal lifestyle to get to the point where you could be financially independent and retire early. Simple living, keeping your expenses really low so that you can prioritize needs over wants. Being really smart with your investments. You really want to have true diversification. You want to have a lot of different investment vehicles so that your portfolios aren't so volatile. So really diversification, asset allocation is key. Another thing for you to be really smart about, no matter what, is knowing what your fees are, knowing what your hidden fees are, knowing what your management expense ratio is, which is an MER. Even if you are in a diversified portfolio, there's always some hidden fees in there, and really there is a fund fax available for every investment that you have, if it's an ETF or a mutual fund, and certainly stocks don't have an MER attached to them. So that can actually really lower your overall MER of your investments if you are investing in individual line items such as individual companies. When people do retire, you are looking at all sorts of income streams. You're looking at passive income streams, you're looking at dividends, do you have rental income, CPP, old age security, any corporate pensions. If your intention is to retire early before the age of 60, know that Canada Pension Plan, you cannot apply to receive your Canada Pension Plan until you are 60. And for old age security, you cannot apply to receive old age security until you are 65. So know that your investments really have to bridge that gap if you are intending to retire early. So there's actually 4 categories of the FIRE movement, and I actually really like these names. I think they're very creative. The first is, do you want a lean FIRE, which is minimalism. So really looking at lower savings threshold due to lower living expenses. So are you really saving 50 to 70%, or are you saving less? If you are saving less than that for a wish to retire early, then you might be looking at having a lean FIRE. Next up is a fat FIRE. You are looking to have a very comfortable lifestyle. You have a really great savings and investment portfolio so that your FIRE can be really fat for the long. Or do you want a coast FIRE? Say you have a windfall of money, or you have a really big dollar amount that you want to invest early on in your career, and you want to invest that money so the interest compounds or so that the portfolio grows in time, and you want to take a job that really is relaxing and really speaks to your lifestyle, really something that you're aligned with. So the fourth is a barista FIRE. This is where you retire early, but you are having a supplemental income. You are working part-time, you're doing something you really enjoy to help to build up your cash flow each month. So the appeal of the FIRE movement, absolutely for Gen Z, millennials, and really for most people, we are looking at doing different things in different ways. If you are not really working the traditional 9 to 5, and you're really looking at different approaches or different ways of living your life, this is part of the reason why the FIRE movement is catching on. Some of the headwinds, though, are economic uncertainty, cost of living increases, and really just changing global environment, as well looking at healthcare, mental health. We really don't know what the future looks like, so you want to plan as much as you possibly can for the what if scenarios. The whole concept of the FIRE movement is to focus on your passions and your hobbies and doing all the things that you like to do while you are young and healthy. Some of the challenges, we definitely need to speak to that. Note that if you are solely relying on market performance to reach your goals, dreams, and desires, the markets do perform, but they do go up and they do go down. So we have natural market volatility throughout the entire investing season of our lives. Discipline, if you are saving 50 to 70% of your income, you need to have that discipline over your entire life. And it's not like you will also be a different person once you reach that goal and you become retired. You still have the same habits and tendencies of spending your money. So I do think it is important to live your life along the way, but if you are so focused on saving that money, 50 to 70% of your income, you may sacrifice living your life during that time. It is important to speak to market volatility, stock market volatility. If you have a lean fire, you will be impacted more by stock market volatility than you will with a fat fire or a coastal fire or a barista fire. Adapting your fire for modern times. There are opportunities in life and you may be down one trajectory, say that you started off with having a coastal fire, but of course you have an opportunity in life. You may shift gears, so know that having a plan in place is great, but also leaving room for not knowing what might happen in your life, if things shift in your life, new relationships, all that sort of thing. So know that your plan can change. The role of technology also does play a role in the FIRE movement, or really any wealth movement. You have so many tools available to you, budgeting tools, forecasting, all those sorts of things. Know that your wealth team is absolutely there for you. Our 3i Global Wealth team, we talk to clients all the time about, do you want to retire early? How do you want to spend your money? What's important to you? What do you worry about? What does your estate look like? Do you want to spend all your money? Do you want to leave something for your children or loved ones or a legacy? How do you want to be remembered? So I hope I piqued your interest a little bit on the FIRE movement and the concept of retiring early and working with a wealth team such as our team, 3i Global Wealth. Know that if this topic has piqued your interest and you're thinking 50 to 70%, how do I save that? A really great starting point is 10 to 20% save of your income. If you would like to put together a wealth plan, we are here for you. As always, I'm here for your questions. I'm Laurel Marie Hickey. I'm a senior portfolio manager and senior wealth advisor with Wellington Altus Private Wealth.